What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio for Friday, June 12, 2015, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Jurassic World stomped its way to $18.5 million Thursday night as the Raging Reptiles took their first chomp up the box office in early shows that began at 7 p.m. in 3,229 theaters. The sequel's debut is Universal's highest-grossing early show rollout ever, ahead of the $15.8 million that Furious 7 raced to in April. IMAX theaters brought in $2.8 million, the second-largest Thursday giant screen haul ever, behind only the $2.9 million posted by Avengers Age of Ultron a month ago. The sequel to Steven Spielberg's 1993 dinosaur classic will be in 4,273 theaters Friday and is aiming for the biggest June opening ever, somewhere north of the $116 million that Man of Steel soared to in 2013. Directed by newcomer Colin Trevorrow and stars Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, Jurassic World will also debut in 66 markets on Friday, making this the widest day-and-date global opening ever for Universal Pictures. Jurassic World pushed Universal Pictures International over the $2 billion mark at the global box office Wednesday, faster than any studio has ever in the milestone. Spielberg returns as executive producer on the $150 million sequel, which took in $17 million and opened number one in China in its foreign debut and rolled out on top in Paris, France, and 6 other territories as well. With previews from 12 other countries added in, it brought in $24 million. Ernie Reyes Jr., the actor who played Keno in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze, is crowdfunding his treatment for kidney failure. His sister Destiny Reyes launched a GoFundMe campaign asking for financial support for medical bills that have stacked up since a stint in the intensive care unit. While awaiting a kidney transplant after his own began to fail in March, Ernie has been undergoing dialysis treatment 3 times per week for 4 hours a day. Destiny wrote in her plea, "My brother has spent his entire childhood and adult life fighting in films and television, but now his battle has gone from the screen to reality and fighting for his life." Fortunately, fans familiar with the actor's work, which also includes Surf Ninjas, The Last Dragon, and The Rundown, appear eager to help out. Since the fundraiser began on June 5th, 753 people have chipped in to raise over $37,000. Most recently, Ernie has appeared in 2 episodes of NCIS Los Angeles in the 2014 feature film Ninja Apocalypse. Star has signed an overall deal with Courtney Kemp Agbogue, the creator, executive producer, and showrunner of its hit show Power, the network announced Friday. Carney Zyknick, manager-director of Star, said in a statement, "Courtney is a highly regarded showrunner whose creative vision brings viewers into the 2 worlds of Power." Carney also added that executive produced by 50 Cent's Power was recently renewed for a 3rd season following a record-setting Season 2 premiere. The season debuted racked up 1.43 million viewers with its initial 9 p.m. airing, making it the most-watched season premiere episode for Star's original series. Power stars Omari Hardwick, Layla Lauren, and Nachuri Naughton is a crime drama set in 2 different worlds, the glamorous New York club scene and the brutal drug trade. Hardwick stars as James Ghost St. Patrick, the owner of a popular New York club, who is also a central figure in one of the city's drug networks. Kemp Agbogue said, "I am excited and proud to continue my work with Star. They have been great creative partners in the development and growth of Power, and I hope to nurture our relationship through the life of this series and beyond." A former journalist, Kemp Agbogue started her career with articles published in GQ, Vibe, and Marie Claire. Her TV writing credits include The Bernie Mac Show, Eli Stone, and The Good Wife, for which she received an Emmy nomination. The estate of deceased The Fast and the Furious actor Paul Walker is suing an acquaintance of the actor who allegedly is swiping a number of cars from Walker's extensive collection. In the lawsuit filed in the Los Angeles Superior Court on Thursday, Walker's father, the executor of the actor's estate, claims that Richard Taylor, an acquaintance of the actor who occasionally helped him with his car collection, is illegally holding on to 7 cars belonging to Walker's estate. Walker's estate alleges that the cars were housed in the Valencia, California warehouse operated by a number of companies with which Taylor had involvement. The suit claims that within 24 hours of Walker's November 2013 death in a horrific car crash, people associated with Taylor removed the cars from the facility where they were being kept. The alleged purloined vehicles included a 2003 BMW M3, a 2006 Crown Victoria, a 2004 GMC truck, 3 1995 BMW M3s, and a 2011 Porsche GT3 RS. Moreover, the suit claims Taylor is holding onto the cars as part of an extortion scheme. The suit reads, "To date, defendant has failed and refused to deliver possession of any of the vehicles to the plaintiff, preferring instead to maintain possession and control over the vehicles in order to extort money or concessions from plaintiff. Alleging possessions of personal property in conversion, the estate is asking for the cars back, or if they're not available, the cash equivalent of their values plus unspecific damages." Quentin Tarantino's Hateful Eight is set to premiere exclusively in 70mm in selected theaters on Christmas Day, the Weinstein Company announced on Friday. The viewing experience will only be available for a limited time, however. Following the 2-week limited run of the Western starring Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, and Jennifer Jason Leigh, the film will open with the regular theatrical digital release nationwide on January 8, 2016. TWC did not disclose how many theaters will be retrofitted to play the film in 70mm, but indicated that the rollout will mark the widest 70mm release that the industry has seen in more than 20 years. The company pulled a similar stunt in 2012 when it distributed Paul Thomas Anderson's The Master in roughly 15 theaters in the rare format. Filmmakers hold 70mm stock near and dear to their hearts because of the high-resolution image quality, which captures nearly twice the landscape of the common formats, 35mm and digital. Because of its unique quality and rich cinematic history, Tarantino, the Weinstein Company, and a number of other major Hollywood directors and studios have negotiated deals with Kodak to continue production of 70mm films and other film formats despite their highest cost and complexity of use. Hateful Eight follows a bounty hunter played by Russell and his fugitive played by Lee getting stuck in a cabin during a blizzard with a host of shady characters played by Walton Goggins, Dermot Bilcher, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, and Bruce Stern. ABC's Family's Shadowhunters has found its Camille Bellicourt in Caitlin Leeb, who will be a guest star on the adaptation of Cassandra Clare's The Mortal Instruments young adult series. The cast is led by Catherine McNamara and Dominic Sherwood, and it also includes Harry Shum Jr., Alan Van Sprang, Alberto Rosendin, Emiradu Tubia, Isaiah Mustafa, and Matthew Daddario. Showhunters, the straight-to-series adaptation of Cassandra Clare's Mortal Instruments series of young adult novels, will follow 18-year-old Clary, who finds out on her birthday that she is not who she thinks she is, but rather comes from a long line of shadow hunters, human-angel hybrids who hunt down demons. When her mother Jocelyn is kidnapped, Clary is thrown into the world of demon hunting with mysterious shadow hunter Jace, played by Sherwood, and her best friend Simon, played by Rosend. Described as beautiful and cunning, Leib's Camille is the leader of the New York vampire clan. Shadowhunters is produced by Constantine Film and executive produced by Ed Decter and Meg G, who will also direct the first episode. Leib's credits include the Total Recall reboot and the Canadian series Degrassi: The Next Generation and Heartland. Country singer Randy Howard was killed in a shootout with a bounty hunter on Tuesday night. He was 65. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation spokesman Josh Devine told the media in a statement that the bondsman Jackie Schell was serving Howard with a warrant for failing to appear in a court for a 4-offense DUI charge. Howard was also being charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a fire alarm while intoxicated, and driving on a revoked license. Schell, a A-plus Bail's bondsman employee entered Howard's Tennessee home and was met with gunfire from Howard. Shell fired back and killed the singer. NBC News reports that Shell was also injured in the gunfight and was transferred to Erlanger Hospital in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where he underwent surgery to treat his wounds. In the past, Howard has performed with country music stars Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson, and his 1983 album American Redneck hit number 41 on the Billboard Top Country Albums chart. And a loss in the country world, another loss. Longtime Grand Ole Opry member Jim Ed Brown died Thursday. He was 81. Brown died of cancer at Williamson's Medical Center in Franklin, Tennessee, according to a news release from Webster's Public Relations. He'll be inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame this year. In the mid-50s, Brown and his two sisters, Bonnie and Maxie, formed a trio known as the Browns and had the number one hit, The Three Bells, on both the pop and country charts in 1959. The three recorded for RCA Records from 1954 to 1967. Bonnie and Maxine left the group in the mid-60s to raise their families. Jim Ed Brown had a solo career beginning with the hit Papa Top Again in 1967. Others were Morning in 1970 and Southern Living in 1973. His last chart record as a solo artist was in 1979. Also in the 70s, he teamed up with Helen Cornelius on hits including I Don't Want to Have to Marry You, Saying Hello, Saying I Love You, Saying Goodbye, both in 1976, Lying in Love with You in 1979, Fools 1979, and Don't Bother to Knock in 1981. They were voted the Country Music Association's Duo of the Year in 1977. Brown also was a prominent figure on country music television shows in the 70s and 80s. Beginning in 1975, he began a 6-season run as co-host weekly with Jerry Cowler on the syndicated weekly TV show Nashville on the Road. And Brown hosted You Can Be a Star on the old Nashville Network cable channel for 6 years beginning in 1983. He sang regularly on the Grand Ole Opry, a live radio show beginning in 1963. The Golden State Warriors knotted up the NBA Finals Thursday with a blowout 21-point win over the hometown Cleveland Cavaliers. The margin of victory between ABC and its competition was even more dramatic. For CW, its saw Beauty and the Beast season premiere was low but consistent with the series' prior opening episodes. ABC was first in ratings with the 5.3 ratings out of 18 shares, and the advertisers coveted 18 to 49 demographics and total viewers with an average of 14 million according to preliminary numbers. Fox was second in ratings with a 1.2 out of 4 and third in viewers with 4.6 million. CBS was third in ratings with a 1.0 out of 3 and second in viewers with 5.1 million. Univision was fourth in ratings with a 0.9 out of 3 and fifth in viewers with 2.5 million. Twitter CEO Dick Costolo saw his net worth surge after resigning from the social media giant, and it wasn't a payout to thank him for his good work. Investors who were happy to hear he's leaving snapped up shares in the company, boosting the value of Costolo's stocks and options. Twitter shared rose 3% in pre-market trading, with corresponding jumps to Costolo's 800,000 plus shares and 8.2 million stocks options, yielding a gain in wealth for the departing executive of $11.2 million. The shares were off their earliest high, but still up in the mid-morning trading. It's a rare up for Twitter, which has lost 30% of its value this year. Market enthusiasm sent shares sky high as Twitter's initial public offering in late 2013 petered out as the company failed to attract sufficient advertisers or roll out new products fast enough. Disappointing financials last quarter highlighted the company's troubles and ramped up pressure on Costolo, who announced his resignation on Thursday. Twitter chairman and co-founder Jack Dorsey, whose portfolio shot up almost $29 million since the announcement, according to CNN Money, will serve as interim CEO starting July 1st while the company searches for Costolo's replacement. David Letterman has disappeared without a trace. The former host of CBS's The Late Show has seen all video clips of his career wiped from the late night show's official YouTube page as well as CBS.com. The house cleaning came at the end of the day on Wednesday. A CBS spokesperson told the Wrap, now that the show has ended these digital rights, revert back to the show's copyright owner, Worldwide Pants. A Worldwide Pants rep did not immediately return the rap's request for comment. However, the company told BuzzFeed yesterday, as you might imagine, this is a significant interest in the Worldwide Pants' own content. We are currently considering a range of options. When the rap called the Worldwide Pants office in New York City on Friday, there was no answer or voicemail set up. The Los Angeles office previously closed when Craig Ferguson handed the reins over to James Corden. The new Late Late Show is not a Worldwide Pants production, nor is Stephen Colbert's version of The Late Show, which premieres September 8th. Letterman's final Late Show taped and aired May 20th. YouTube debuted a new app and website specifically for gamers on Friday. The app, called YouTube Gaming, will feature videos targeted to gamers, organized by game titles, publishers, and YouTube content creators. YouTube product manager Alan Joyce said in a statement, on YouTube, gaming has spawned entirely new genres of videos, from let's play, walkthroughs, and speed runs to cooking and music videos. Now it's our turn to return the favor with something built just for gamers. In a bid to challenge to Twitch, a popular game site that Amazon acquired late September for $970 million, YouTube Gaming will also highlight 5 streams of users' gameplay. The new app will still include existing features like high frame rate streamings at 60 FPS, DVR, and automatic conversions to YouTube videos. But the system will no longer require users to schedule live streams in advance. It will also give users a single link to access all of their own streams. The app will be available in the US and the UK later this summer. Fans mourned the passing of Golden Girls star Rue McClanahan on Thursday. The only problem, McClanahan died in 2010. After CBS News reshared their obituary of McClanahan from 5 years ago, fans online didn't take the time to check the date on the story and share it like it was brand new. Once people who like to use their eyes check the date of the obit, or perhaps Google the actress's name, they decide to have a little fun with those who treated McClanahan's death like it was brand new. And finally, Lord of the Rings director Peter Jackson thinks the world would be a lesser place without Christopher Lee in it. The filmmaker, who cast a recently deceased actor as Saruman in the blockbuster franchise based on the J.R.R. Tolkien literature, shared a heartfelt and lengthy tribute to the actor on Facebook. Jackson, who also worked with Lee on 2 of the Hobbit movies, wrote about being captivated by Lee's presence while listening to stories about the life and career of an icon who became a friend. Jackson wrote, I grew up loving Christopher Lee movies. For most of my life, I was enthralled by the great iconic roles he not only created but continued to own decades later. But somewhere along the way, Christopher Lee suddenly and magically dissolved away, and he became my friend Chris, and I love Chris even more. He also added, he was a true gentleman in an era that no longer values gentlemen. Before concluding, there will never be another Christopher Lee. He has a unique place in the history of cinema in the hearts of millions of fans around the world. The world will be a lesser place without him in it. The prolific character actor passed away June 7th after being admitted to a UK hospital for respiratory problems and heart failure. He was 93 years old. Lee is also known for his portrayals of Count Dooku in the Star Wars franchise and Dracula in 10 films spanning nearly 20 years. And that is your entertainment report for Friday, June 12, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. Or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Have a great weekend, everyone. Good night, and God bless.